Hi, welcome yogis. Today I would like you to join me in a sequence of yoga poses to help strengthen your immune system. Yoga is one of the most effective natural immune boosters that we can adopt for a healthier life, and it helps to maintain a strong resistance to pathogens. So for the next 15 minutes, please follow me on the mat. Thank you. So first of all, we're going to lie down, stretching the body out along the mat, palms facing down, just beside the body, and just naturally tune into our breathing rhythm. Just slowly breathing in and out through the nose. And just take your attention into the belly. Be aware of the belly rising and falling. As you breathe in, the belly rises, and as you breathe out, the belly falls. Just a natural breathing rhythm. And now slowly begin to bend the right knee and draw it in towards the chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, draw it in a little closer into your front body. And then release the right arm out along the floor at shoulder height, and taking the knee with your left hand, just take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, just take the leg over to the left side, just taking the knee, guiding it gently with your left hand, and just turn to look down your right arm. Just taking a few gentle breaths here. A nice relaxed twist. And then slowly bring that knee back to centre and release the leg down along the mat. Pick up the left knee, holding it at the shin with both hands, and slowly begin to inhale the knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, draw it in a little closer. And then releasing the left arm out along the floor, taking the knee with the right hand. Inhale. As you exhale, take the knee over to the right side and just look down your left arm. Settling with the breath. Nice and slow. Slowly bring the knee back to centre, and then just release that bent knee and the foot on the floor, and then bend the right knee so you have both feet flat on the floor. Make sure that the knees are hip width apart and the feet are also hip width apart and parallel. And the arms are down beside the body with the palms facing into the mat. Again, we're going to take a nice deep inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, just lift the back slowly off the mat, just coming up onto the shoulders, lifting the pelvis up towards the sky, and then bring the hands together, clasping the hands together underneath the back, and then just lifting a little higher with the pelvic bone, and just rolling up onto the top of the shoulders. So you have a feeling of rolling the edges of the shoulders down and into the mat. Stay with the breath. And then with the next exhale, slowly begin to release the back down onto the mat. Release the hands beside the body. And rest. We're going to go again, so we take a nice deep inhale to prepare. As you exhale, lift the back off the mat. Coming up onto the shoulders again. Bring the hands under the body, clasping the hands together. Keeping the arms nice and strong, drawing the shoulder blades, the edges of the shoulder blades down and under, lifting the pubic bone a little higher. And breathe. Slowly begin to release the back down to the mat. And then just draw the knees up towards the chest. Hold the knees with the hands and bring the soles of the feet together. And then just begin to push the knees away and then draw them in towards the chest. A nice circular movement. Drawing them in towards the chest. Moving them away. Keeping the soles of the feet together. And when you come back into the chest, we're going to go the reverse direction. So pushing the knees together away, opening the knees, bringing them back towards the chest. Bringing them together, pushing them away, open the knees, bring them back towards the chest, close them, push them away, open them wide and bring them back towards the chest. Just hovering there for a moment. And then slowly begin to roll over to your right side. Roll right over to the right side. Use your left hand to push into the floor, pressing you up to sitting, so coming back to the mat, and then bringing your knees down and coming up onto all fours. Lovely. So now we're going to do our cat-cow pose, a nice gentle pose, making sure again you have your knees hip width apart, toes pointed along the mat, so the tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. The hands are directly beneath the shoulders, spreading the finger bases so you're pressing the palms into the floor and keeping the arms nice and strong. Just look forward towards the top of your mat so the gaze is on the floor. So first of all, begin to inhale, and as you inhale, begin to lift the chin up and look up, and then allow the back to arch as if you're slightly lowering your stomach, your belly towards the floor. As you exhale, begin to tuck the chin down towards the chest, tucking it right in, and then rounding the back up to the sky. Look towards your feet. Inhale and extend forward again, looking up, arching the back. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest and round the back up to the sky. Inhale forward, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the back. And now we'll continue with 3 more rounds. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, and last one, inhaling and exhaling. And then just coming to a neutral position, nice flat back. Slowly begin to open the knees nice and wide to the edge of the mat and bring the big toes to touch, and then just begin to release the tailbone down towards the heels. Stretch the finger bases out along the mat. Keep the elbows lifted away from the mat, and then release the forehead down to the floor. Stay really nice and passive with the breath. So you soften the breath. Just slowly begin to withdraw your senses. And then begin to release the forearms onto the mat and soften the shoulders a little further as you just allow yourself to move towards the stillness with no judgment, just accepting where your practice is now on your mat. Just bringing your focus into the here and now. Slowly begin to lift your head, coming back up onto all fours. Bring the knees parallel again, and then turn the toes under. Lift the knees and lift the bottom up towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Just walk the feet forward a little, keeping them parallel. See if you can release the heels a little further towards the floor. Bring the head back towards the knees as you look at the feet. Keep the arms nice and strong, pressing the base of the fingers and the palms into the floor. And then just slowly begin to bend the right knee and straighten the left leg, so you push the left heel into the mat. Bend the left knee and straighten the right leg, pressing the right foot into the mat. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, and once more, bend the left knee and straighten the right leg. And then slowly begin to inhale onto the balls of both feet, so you're nice and high, and then gradually, as you exhale, release the heels towards the floor, bringing the head back a little further towards the knees. And now slowly begin to walk the feet forward, keeping the knees bent and soft as you come towards the top of the mat. Come between the hands, bring the palms onto the floor, bend the knees nice and deeply so that you layer your chest onto the thighs, and just allow the head to release. And then fold the arms in front of the shins and just allow yourself to sway a little from side to side as you completely let go of the head, release the neck, and just feel like a rag doll, slowly swaying and letting go. And then release the hands back onto the mat and slowly begin to inhale and straighten the knees and come right onto the fingertips and look towards the floor above the top of the mat. Press the bottom away, draw the shoulders down away from the ears and slightly arch the back as you create a nice flat back. And then as you exhale, release back down to the mat, bringing the palms onto the mat, softening the knees, letting the head go. Inhale onto the fingertips, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Look ahead towards the top of the mat. Exhale, release. Keeping the knees bent, swing the arms back, bring them forward and come into our chair pose, sitting down into a little squat. Bring the palms together in front of the chest and then slowly begin to rotate round to the right, looking over to the right side. Slowly inhale back to centre. And as you exhale, twist round to the left. breathe. Coming back to centre, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale, release. And now step the right leg back and the left leg back, coming into plank. Take a few breaths here. Stay strong in the arms, strong in the core. And then slowly begin to release the knees down to the floor, stretching the toes out along the mat. Bend the elbows and just lower the chest down to the floor. Bring the nose onto the mat. Tuck the elbows in beside the body. And then take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, lift the chest off the mat, looking at the floor. Release back down to the mat. Bring the nose onto the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. And then slowly tuck the toes under. Lift the chest. Press into the mat with your palms. And come back into child. Open the knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes to touch. And release the forehead down to the mat. Keeping the elbows soft on the mat. Send the energy down through the spine, right into the tailbone. As you settle into the pose, feel the tailbone releasing a little further towards the heels. And then slowly coming back up. Bring the knees together. And sit over to the left side. Swing the legs around. So the legs straight out in front. And just sit straight up onto the sit bones. Find the sit bones. Bring the hands beside the body. Flex the feet so you're looking at the toes. And then inhale the arms straight up, reaching up to the sky with the palms facing forward. As you exhale, slowly begin to fold forward, bringing the hands down towards the ankles or on the shins. Settle with the breath. Tune into your natural breathing rhythm. And on each exhale, just feel yourself releasing a little further. Just take the effort out of the pose and allow the breath to take you there. No judgment of where you are, just accept where your practice sits in this moment. Good, and then slowly coming up. Pick up your left leg, bend the knee, place it over to the outside of your right leg. Take hold of the knee with your right arm. Just hook it into the elbow of the right arm. Bring your left hand behind you, pressing it into the mat. Sit up nice and tall so you've got a nice tall spine, lengthening the spine, extending the spine. Raise the chin, look straight ahead, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, just begin to turn around to the left. Use the breath as you twist round from the waist, Just imagine the belly button moving around as you begin to gaze over your left shoulder. Slowly begin to come back, turning round, back to centre. Release the leg, and then we're going on the other side. So pick up the right leg, bending the knee, pop it over to the other side of the leg. Hug in your right knee with your left arm. Bring your right hand behind you, press the palm into the floor, sit nice and tall. Raise the chin, lift the chest, look forward. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, again begin to rotate round to the right. Just twisting from the waist, really draw the belly button in towards the spine. And as you rotate a little further, just take the gaze over your right shoulder. Keep breathing. And slowly begin to come back to center. Release the leg. Good. And then bring your soles of the feet to touch. Keep the feet a little away from the body. Take the hands under the shins and then slowly begin to fold forward and just maybe clasp the ankles, or if you want to take it on, maybe clasp the feet right to the tips of the feet. Bring the gaze onto the feet. And just allow yourself to passively fold, settling with the breath. Just allowing yourself to let go. Good, and then slowly begin to come back up, and then just walk the feet in towards the groin. Again, keep the soles of the feet together. Bring the elbows to the inside of the knees. Really sit up and lift the chest. Look straight ahead, and just bring the chest a little forward as we open the groin a little further. Keep breathing, maybe close the eyes. Keep the chin up. Just have a sense of the energy coiling from the base, the root of your bottom, right from the tailbone, ascending up through the spine, up through the neck, up through the head, and out through the crown of the head, spiraling up and up into the sky. Good. And then just release the hands. Hold the feet at the tips. Fold forward a little further, bringing the head down. Raising the chest, coming back up. Bring the hands behind you. Press the hands into the mat with the fingers facing away. Bring the feet, soles of the feet onto the mat. Open the feet a little wide as you lift the bottom. And then come into a penguin shape with the feet, dropping the tailbone down towards the floor as we come into our squat. Lift the hands, slightly coming forward, and then pick up the hands and bring them into prayer position at the heart center. Good. Slowly release the hands. Bring the hands behind the back, pressing them into the mat. Lower the bottom to the floor. Stretch the legs away. Position yourself into the center of the mat. And then just begin to roll down along the mat. So you're lying flat out on the mat. And then bring the palms underneath your bottom, palms facing into the mat, one palm on top of the other. Draw the elbows in towards the body, point the toes and glue the legs together, and then press the forearms into the mat as you begin to lift the head and the chest off the mat. Come up really high, look in front of you, straight ahead. Take a nice deep inhale with the chest nice and high, and as you exhale, just look up and then release the head back towards the mat. Stay with the breath. Keep breathing. Then take a nice big inhale. As you inhale, lift the head up, look ahead. As you exhale, release the hands, release the chest, and bring the back onto the mat, head on the mat, and the arms beside the body. And then slowly begin to bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, and stretch the arms out above the head. Nice big stretch. Have a sense of pressing the back and the neck into the mat. And then slowly release the arms, bring them down beside the body. Release the legs, open the legs nice and wide, a bit more than hip width apart. Bring the arms a little further away from the body with the palms facing the ceiling. Close the eyes. Just allow the feet to drop out to the side as you begin to tune into your breath, bringing the body into recovery and restoring the body back to its natural equilibrium state. Just resting here for a moment, softening the breath. Feeling the body melt into the mat and gradually just letting go. Having a sense of withdrawal as the mind connects with the body and the spirit center until you become one. United in mind, body and soul. And then just slowly bring your awareness back into the room. Begin to wake the body up. Move your limbs. Pick up your knees. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. And then just roll over to one side. Come up to sitting. Back into our easy pose. Crossing feet, coming into Chin Mudra, closing the eyes, taking a nice deep inhale and exhaling fully. Inhale deeply, exhale fully. Inhale the arms wide and up into prayer. As you exhale, bring the palms down to the heart center, sending loving thoughts, loving speech, and loving intention to all beings on this planet. Namaste.